WVIZ Sports presents high school football. Tonight from the Mentor Stadium, it's a Greater Cleveland Conference battle between the 9-0 Euclid Panthers running game that averages 37 points per game and the 8-1 Cardinals of Mentor and their balanced attack that can score through the air or on the ground. Hi everyone, this is Mike Maston along with Brian Powers, and we've got weather that just won't quit. Now, Mentor wants to throw it, and we've got a heavy wind coming out of the southeast. Euclid wants to run, and it's raining, and it's going to be a wet field.
Well, right now the field's not bad, and the passing game could be affected because that's the key to the night's ball game. Mentor has to put that ball in the air. They have the passer, a couple of good receivers, so we'll have to wait and watch that weather like everybody else.
Well, Brian, it's the 10th game in our 25th season of covering high school football, and the 10th game never changes. For almost two-thirds of the teams, it means either a conference championship or getting in the playoffs.
It really is, and this year, just like every other year, this is one of the big ones. Across town, there's a couple other big football games, but right here, Mentor and Euclid, conference, everything going on it, and Euclid, of course, would like to remain undefeated.
Well, they're undefeated right now because they won that court case, and so they're going to be in the playoffs. They are 9-0. But that's not why we're here. We're here because there are two great football teams going to be playing football, and we want to bring it to you. Brian, looking at Euclid, power, exceptional power running game.
It really is. We talk about football teams that can run, but this team has been able to run every year, every ball game. They move with that ball. They have a couple of great running backs. Quarterbacks can feed the ball off. Fullback can pound up in the middle. So they have everything in their running game. They'll try to do that again tonight.
But a good running game also, believe it or not, has got to start with a quarterback who is deceptive. And they've got one, a great one in John Arlesic.
Arlesic is an excellent quarterback, has had a good season. He's kind of a smooth quarterback with a know-how to run Coach Tom Banks' offense. This passer has completed 25 of 52 passes, good for 18-plus yards per completion. John is very capable of running with the pigskin, so he can hand off and move inside with that ball if necessary. But Mike, you talked about that running game. Number 33, Rashawn Jernigan, a smart running back who knows how to play off his lead blockers. This gridiron speedster has that special ability to break away at any time. Rashawn is the leading scorer in the district and, of course, in the Greater Cleveland Conference. Mike, he'll be a lot of fun to watch tonight. He can go with that football.
And the thing is, earlier on, we saw him. What a great smile. He's a happy kid.
Yeah, really is. He's out here. He's working hard. He's ready for the ball game. He's very happy. And then when the fans came by with a little extra cheer for him, he responded, said he's ready to go.
Jumping up and down. Now, we haven't seen it this year is that Euclid's going to be using a three-man front. And they are big people. And the biggest one happens to be a 300-pound Mark Parker.
Yes, they do. They have size again like they've had the last few years defensively. And this huge defensive lineman plays a strong and steady game at the defensive tackle spot. Please notice the three-man line tonight, the front line, with the two outside people will be up. That's a little different than we've seen all season. Mark is a two-year starter and a co-captain of this ball club.
So they've got an awful lot of help in there, too. They've given up less than a touchdown per ball game. They're a high-scoring team, but they also are awful tough on defense. You take a look at Mentor, Brian, and that is an offense that's extremely focused. And it starts with that focus is John Wilhelm, their great tailback.
A tremendous year that he's had in this conference for this ball club. A veteran running back who knows how to find the opening in a defensive wall. John is the type of back that you need in the I formation. He has speed and power. When Mentor runs, he will be the workhorse. This senior has 948 yards and 10 TDs this season. But they will go to a passing game they have all year, and they have a good split end in number 81, Bob Farley. Speed and excellent hands are the trademarks of Bob Farley. The two-year starter at split end for the Cardinals. He's been very effective offensive player for Coach Dick Kirschbaum. Look for him to be one of the favorite targets of his quarterback in this football game.
Well, I'll tell you, they've got a great quarterback, is Giantonio. He can throw the ball.
Oh, he can. He's had a couple of great years for him out here. It's the reason they've only lost one football game, and he can put that ball in the air, the short game, the long game, and he's capable of running with the football.
And the Cardinals certainly have a lot of skilled people in their offensive backfield. They're going to be using a 5-2, which means it's going to be tough to run against it. and they've got a good one in their tackle, Chris Luoma.
Yeah, their defense has been pleasant. It's been a good team all year on defensively. It's strong, tough, likes to hit the ball carriers. That's what this tackle is good, and that's Luoma. And some of the people talked about him as one of the tougher defensive men in the league. Chris has had 70 tackles, 2 sacks, and a fumble recovery. And Mike, this lineman will also play guard, so he's one of those two-way performers. He must be a pretty tough character.
Yeah, he certainly is. And the one thing about their offensive line, not the normal size we've seen here at Mentor. Some people say that they used to have horses, now they've got ponies, but they've got quickness.
They do. They're quick. They have enough size so they can get out and they get outside so they can use that soft rollout that the quarterback likes to find his receiver. Chad Green gets down the field and they can throw that pass, and linemen have to pull out a little bit. They're doing a very good job of it this year.
We've got so many talented players on this field. Brian talked about Wilhelm. Here's a power runner with soft hands. He's scored on the ground. He's also scored via the pass. And the other running back for Euclid who's going to be worth the price of admission is Pearson. Now, he's got 12 TDs with over 1,200 yards already in just 9 games.
Isn't that something? You see the stats of the 2 running backs for Euclid, the statistics of the Mentor quarterback, Wilhelm stat. Hey, this is a tough league with some great football players, and we're going to watch them tonight.
We certainly are. We hope the rain holds off for both teams so there can be sort of an even game, even as you can get. So we'll be waiting to greet the Cardinals as well as the Panthers of Euclid. We'll introduce you to the starting players and then get the kickoff right after this timeout.
It's a special edition of the best of National Geographic. See wondrous segments selected from more than 2 million feet of film shot by National Geographic over a 10-year period. It's a celebration of treasured moments of great beauty. Award-winning scenes of mystery, drama, insight, and wonder. Relive the unforgettable on a special Great Moments with National Geographic.
Join us for Part 1 tomorrow night at 8.
Next time on Frontline, boxing promoter Don King.
Don's hair, his jewelry, his lingo, it's all an act. It's to confuse, it's to obscure.
But essentially, he's a con man. It's the con man as buffoon.
So I don't have no use for you, Jack Newfield. Yes,
Reporter Jack Newfield investigates the dark side of Don King, his criminal past, and his handling of young fighters in Don King Unauthorized.
Frontline, Tuesday at 9. Get ready for the Euclid Panthers and the Mentor Cardinals next on WVIZ.
And welcome back to the Mentor Cardinal Stadium in Mentor, Ohio. Euclid won the toss. Of course, they elected to receive. Mentor will kick off and defend the, actually, it is the south goal. It's southeast a little bit, but it's the south goal. And the wind is still blowing, and that's coming out of the southeast. You can see it on the flag. And it's been changing direction. Sometimes it's coming almost directly out of the east.
And we look at the Cardinal flag there, and that's something they'll have to see because basically they're the passing team. They'll worry a little bit more about the wind. The running team ready to receive the ball will be the Panthers of Euclid.
This game's underway. We got Green, Pastore, and Farley. And it goes out of the end zone. So that means that Euclid would take it over from the 20. First down. The quarterback, you're going to have John Arlesic. The players highlighted in yellow are returning starters. The offensive backs, John Arlesic. We've got Pepe Pearson, Rasham Jernigan, Joe Sweet. He's the flanker. Flynn is the split. The offensive line, Nasi, Wonderslaben, Di Bartolomeo, Thompson, Schnepp, and McDougall. And this is the hand to Pepe, number 1. He takes it, and he's brought down by Brian Boyle, the end. The Mentor defense, the front 5, we got Brian Boyle, Chris Luoma, Craig Orsag, Morgan, and Brian Kisco. And they have 9 sacks in the secondary. The linebackers are Derek Stetter, Cottrell, and Kirschbaum. Green, Wilson, and Hoth are in the secondary. This is to the fullback. This is Jernigan, and he's dragged down from behind by number 25, Chris Wilson, the safety, and he gets enough for the first down. No, they spot it inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line.
So the inside running game that Euclid is noted for, where their fullback, Jernigan, he'll go up into the right side. You can see they're starting the quarterback giving the inside on the option play. Almost breaks it here for the first down, just a little bit short of it. A nice tackle by Wilson, the safety man.
So it'll be a 3rd and 1 with the nose of the ball just touching Euclid's 29. Hand off to Jernigan, and he is stuffed. Chris Wilson, the safety on a blitz, came in and stuffed him right at the line of scrimmage. The defense for the Cardinals has held.
Nice defensive call. You take a gamble, but they expect him to go up in the middle, and that's 25. That's 2 tackles in a row that he made, but that's the big one to stop the 3rd down charge.
For Euclid, punting will be Kevin Bremer. He's averaging about 34 yards a kick, standing on his own 15. Deep people are Chad Green and Bob Farley. Farley 81, Green is number 9. And this is taken by Green. Boy, he doesn't get too far. The forward progress would take him about the 44-yard line, a 29-yard punt. The offense, the players highlighted in yellow are returning starters. Gentonio, the quarterback, Wilhelm, the tail, Ronaldo, the fullback, Green, the flanker, and Bob Farley is going to be the flanker. And you can see they have a lot of experiences. Moses, Carson, Descartes, Massey, Helen, and Morgan are up front offensively. Long count by Gentonio. He hands off to Ronaldo, the fullback, and the defense responds. No gain. And Brandon Bigamoni, a sophomore, number 9, brought him down. The Euclid defense, the front 3 are Willie Reed, Rashawn Greer, and Mark Parker. Parker's at 300 pounds. That front 3 averages 262. That's Big Ten size. The linebackers, Sam DiBartolomeo, Darrell Brooks, Cantini, and Reichman. The secondary is Tolbert, Bigham, Jackson, and Brenham. And that secondary has 6 interceptions so far this season. It's going to be a 3rd and 10. And this splits to the near side and the flanker to the far side. And it's a completion at midfield. Putting on some good move. Chad Green still on his feet. He crosses the 40 and a first down. It took the strong safety, Devin Jackson, to bring him down. Good piece of second effort by Chad Green, the junior.
Gentonio, the veteran quarterback, we expected him to put that ball in the air. He did on the second down play right out there to Chad Green. Number 9 has been his favorite receiver. He's caught 35 passes this season. There's some nice running ability with it to move it up the field, and the first down for the Cardinals.
Farley split to the near side. The flanker is going to be Green to the far side. Green comes in motion. It's a handoff to Wilhelm, the tailback, and he gets close to the 35-yard line. He runs into the big people. Rashawn Greer at 250 and Mark Parker at 300.
There's the head coach, Tom Bank, in his 7th year for the Euclid Panthers, an excellent coach at Lake Catholic, and is in the 7th year, has very good success here. We know the strong teams he's had 3 of the past 4 years in state playoff.
It's going to be a 2nd and 8. Tailback is Wilhelm. Antonio gets rushed. He's going to carry it. And he's forced out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. And Adam Reichman, number 30, linebacker, forced him out. And Mark Parker was chasing Gentonio. Look at the stats on this for Gentonio. 95 out of 147, 64%, 1,300 yards, 12 TDs, and only 4 interceptions.
What a season he's had. He'd like, of course, top it off tonight. Get this ball team going in the offense for Mentor.
He's a 3-year starter. So it's a 3rd and 6. And he completes that one to, I think it's the split end. Farley, let's wait and see. No, that was 9. That was Chad Green. And Van Talbert was there on the stop.
So wide open offense that head coach Dick Kirschbaum had that time with Green out wide. A lot of coaching experience in this area out of North Ridgeville. Very successful at Lakewood for 5 years. He's won championships everywhere he's been. He's a graduate of Capital University.
So it's a 4th and 3, and they're going for it.
Keep going. Keep going. Hit him back there.
He's looking for Wilhelm and just overthrows him. Wilhelm was wide open, but a lot of pressure put on Don Gentonio.
Almost had it out there. We got a chance to talk to the Euclid coach, head coach Tom Bank. Talked about his many years of coaching, and has he ever had running backs like he has this year, between two of them over 2,000 yards?
No, we haven't. I've had some outstanding running backs at Lake Catholic, a young man by the name of Steve Prelock. We also had a young man by the name of P.J. Allen, and obviously the famous Robert Smith at Euclid. But I can't really say we've had a tandem like Pepe Pearson and Rashawn Jernigan. I've never had anyone, any pair like this.
Euclid starts off in a row 31, hand off to Pearson. And Pearson gets to about the 35. About a long 3-yard pickup, and Eric Anger. Anger, who is injured, he had a knee problem, but he's seeing action now for the Cardinals of Mentor. He's a 6'1", 205-pound senior. He's wearing number 58, a co-captain. A 2nd and 7 after that 3-yard pickup, just shy of Euclid's 35. Jernigan gets fake to Jernigan, and Arlessa keeps it, and he gets a first down, or very close to it, as he crosses the 40 to about the 43.
Nice run that time. Dick Kirschbaum, the coach at Mentor. We talked about his defense, strong all year, and we want to know if he had some pleasant surprises since the beginning of the season up here to the last game.
Yeah, our defense has played well all year long, and we've been extremely pleased with the fact that we had to replace 9 starters. Our defensive coaching staff's done a great job in getting these kids to play according to the techniques we've been teaching them, and they play very well as a team, and they play hard all game, and we've been extremely pleased by them. Eric Anger, who's been a starter all year, he won't start tonight. He was injured last week, has played well for us. Chris Wilson as a defensive back. These guys, Brian Holt, they've just played extremely well. In our secondary, because they run well, has made a great effort to keep big plays down. So that's a real important thing for us tonight, to not allow Euclid to have big plays.
Well, he would have missed Anger because he's made the last 2 stops. That carry was by Rashawn Jernigan. They had got a first down. Now they picked up 2 on that first carry. It's a 2nd and 8 from the 46. That is Mentor's 46. And that could have been delay game. We'll see.
Now there's some movement up in the front line. A procedure call will be the preliminary call, and the official that we're looking at is Dan Mason in the white hat, wearing a white hat tonight.
Start, 78, white.
And that's the call
Dead
from
ball,
Dan Mason.
false start, 78, white.
Making sure everybody knows that the umpire, Ed DeMarto, the linesman, Gerald Say, the line judge, Jim Sharpman, and Tom Sawarek is our back judge tonight.
That loss is back to the 41. That'll bring up a 2nd and 13 with 5:28 to go in his scoreless first quarter. And Euclid calls a timeout with that 5:28 showing on the clock. You know, it is possible to get too high for a ball game. With all the good news they had with the association and the judge ruling that they don't forfeit any games. And you saw the look on the kids' faces. They were just totally elated and just pumped before the game. And it's possible to get too high.
That can happen, and it has happened many times, and more in high school ball probably than anywhere else. And that timeout, the quarterback, John Arlesic, came up and looked over. He's upset about whatever he saw. Went over immediately to the head coach, Tom Bank. They call a timeout. Coach is in there now. So he giving instructions to the quarterback and talking to the rest of the offensive ball players.
You know, John Arlesic, the quarterback for Euclid, doesn't throw that off, and really don't need to with the scores.
Yeah, that's nice.
That they build up, averaging 37 points a ball game. So 25 out of 52 for 48%, which is not very bad at all. Boy, the Euclid is in force here tonight. As a matter of fact, Channel 5 even had their microwave truck out in front earlier. So it's 2nd and 13 now. Now, Arlesic wants to throw. Finds a receiver. This is Jernigan for his 10th reception of the season. And Eric Anger was there to stop him. Jernigan with 6.7 average on 139 carries for 928 yards, 19 TDs, and 2 touchdown passes. 9 for 16-yard average via the air.
We could spend a quarter talking about those stats and trying to get it out. It's easy to see why the media is out here. 2 top teams in the area playing.
A 3rd and 10. The defense so far for Mentor is held. Twin backs now. Split. And completes it. Jernigan's got it. He uses that 4-5 speed to get a first down and is forced out of bounds. Chasing him was Chris Wilson, the safety. Well, he's got speed to burn here in the backfield. Both Pearson and Jernigan, 4-5s in the 40.
There's a split backfield with 2 backs on either side, and the quarterback taking a deep drop. Couldn't find anybody there. Rashawn Jernigan just rolls slightly on the underthrow underneath the defense, takes off to the sideline, just about ready to turn the corner. Again, number 25, Chris Wilson, with a big stop, and Jernigan just keeps flying across almost to Lake Erie out here at the Mentor Stadium.
And another first down. The handoff is to Jernigan, and he gets about to the 40. And Jason Cottrell, the junior, brought him down. It's amazing. Parson is 5'10", 160, 5'9", 160 for Jernigan, but they run with such power and they've got such great speed.
They do. They have the power on the inside. Jernigan mainly will go up between tackles. Pepe Pearson is usually the outside threat, although Jernigan has the speed once he gets inside to scoot out to the outside.
So it's a 2nd and 6 from the 40. Mentor's 40. And a handoff, that is to Pearson. And he draws a crowd as he gets to about the 43. Leading that charge, and in the front was Chris Luoma, number 76, and John Kirschbaum, the linebacker.
Some good line play by Sean Thompson, number 78. Big guy over in the right guard, moves out so that Pepe Pearson, the back, with 120 rushes already this season, 10-plus yards. Look at that, Mike, 1,222 yards. Ron Carino didn't have that in 4 years of high school.
I was going to say,
4 years of grade school.
Well, you didn't do much better. I know.
I had to get it in first, though.
This is a keeper by Arlesic. He tries to get outside, and he gets enough of the first down as he crosses the 35 and gets close to the 30, where Chris Wilson again had to make the stop. And Wilson's making too many tackles because he's a safety.
A chance to watch this offensive play. There's the quarterback on the option. He had it in. He had a hard time pulling it out. He runs with it. He fakes with the right hand with the pitch. And right here, he just about loses it as he goes down. The ball pops out, but he's down in the corner. Let's watch it again from another angle.
Well, he lost it before he hit, I think.
It's out there in the sideline.
It's out of bounds. So another first down. The ball is sitting on Mentor's 31. Pearson sees it opening inside. At 160 pounds, he's trying to bowl over people. And again, Wilson, the safety, and the quarterback, Chad Green, had to bring him down.
Oh, that running game is punishing. 78 and 73. Sean Thompson, Jim Shamp. You can see him right in your camera to the left side. They cleared the hole. They just came out. They can block, gentlemen. They just went across the defense and gave their back a chance, and that's all a runner like Pearson needs. He can fly down the field. Number 1, Pepe Pearson.
First down from the 14. And they give it to Pearson again. And gets at 6. So Pepe Pearson gets his 13 touchdown rushing. He helped move the team right down the field. Trying for the extra point is Steve Sert, number 65. He's 42 of 45. Excellent kicker. And Arlesic will hold. And it's good. So with 3:13 remaining in the first quarter, the 7-0, and they got their, after that timeout, got their offense in gear.
To the timeout, they had a nice pass to Jernigan, and here's the run that we see with a touchdown. It was a handoff to the inside, and it's just speed to the outside for Pepe Pearson. The 5'10", only a sophomore, goes to the outside, almost brought down by Wilson, but a yard short. So there's 6 on the board, and then the extra point kick was good. We're looking at 7 on the board for the Euclid Panthers. Mentor hasn't scored here in the first quarter.
Well, you saw in that replay, the Mentor line is being beaten off the ball, and they're opening up holes.
Now the Panthers, we just can't say enough about that front line. They have been devastating on their blocking tonight.
5 first downs against 1. 5 for Euclid, 1 for Mentor. This is Kevin Bremer, number 20. This is picked up by Farley. They get the ball, Mentor does, out to their own 27. It'll be a first down. Coming up to the 3-minute mark in the first period. They've got Farley, the end split to the far side. We've got Green flanked to the near side. Granello is a lone setback. Wilhelm goes in motion. And he completes it to Bob Farley. Nice throw on the run by Don Gentonio.
Nice passing pattern, put a lot of pressure on the left defensive side for Euclid. It's a short roll out with Gentonio to the right side. Now he has 3 defenders out there flooding that area. This time he picks out Bob Farley, his split end, who comes across. Farley is the senior, excellent football player. He has the favorite target along with Chad Green for quarterback Don Gentonio.
Sure is, Brian. He's got 18 receptions and only 1 touchdown, but he is a clutch receiver.
He has that speed to break it too.
They're going to bring out the chain to check it with 2:28 to go, first period. Coming in the lineup is Don Pastori, who will go in for Chad Green at the flanker position for Mentor. And they've got Green as the flanker out to the near side. They got 2 flankers in. Green is still in the lineup. And another completion. And this is the tight end, Doug Morgan, at 6'3", 6'5", 245. He runs into Van Tolbert at only 5'9", but he picks up a big first down for the Cardinals.
He's the tight end, or the end that stays in next to the tackle at all times. They find him this time. He's only had 6 receptions, but this one is right there. There's a wide open passing attack. They seem to have it in gear now. They're gone to 3 different receivers.
Farley split near side. Chad Green to the far side. Wilhelm takes the pitch from Gentonio, and he goes off that right side and picks up about 3 tough yards, and Van Tolbert again in on the stop. Wilhelm getting up a little slow, but a sellout crowd here at the Mentor Memorial Stadium. Just great. Look at that. Those are the Mentor fans, and the Euclid fans are across the way. And they've got a 7-point lead. 2nd and 5 now for the Cardinals.
Like there's an official's timeout on the field. The referee, Dan Mason, went over and talked to number 6, John Wilhelm, who had carried the ball on the last play.
Yeah, he got up a little slowly, so they sent him out. And Dave Thompson, number 2, 5'11", 180-pounder, goes in at tailback. He's averaging about 4 yards per carry so far this season. But when you play behind Wilhelm, you don't get much of an opportunity to carry it. And sacked is Don Gentonio. Mark Parker, the 300-pound guard, and Rashawn Greer at 250 got into Gentonio.
And that's a large sack when you get it from Mark Parker, 300 pounds. It's one of the few times that Gentonio went all the way back in a straight, deep drop back passing situation. Mark Parker, 300-pounder, came all the way through and got another sack for the Euclid ball team.
We've got a 3rd and 12 now for the Cardinals. They're on their own 47. Again, the rush is on. You can't get away from Rashawn Greer. Sacked all the way back to the 39. Momentum is just in the hands of the Panthers of Euclid.
Well, you can see right there, Parker is in again on the play. Rashawn Greer, not a little man himself. He goes 250 pounds. So they're really going across on Giantonio. And you have 250, 300, and 235 in the front three.
Time runs out. That ends in the first quarter with the Panthers of Euclid leading it 7-0. We'll be back right after this.
Frontline boxing promoter Don King.
Don's hair, his jewelry, his lingo, it's all an act. It's to confuse, it's to obscure.
But essentially, he's a con man. It's the con man as buffoon.
So I don't have no use for you, Jack Newfield. Yes,
Reporter Jack Newfield investigates the dark side of Don King, his criminal past, and his handling of young fighters in Don King Unauthorized.
Frontline, Tuesday at 9.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Fisher, inviting you to join us on The Next Dimension. Here's just some of what you'll see.
We're in the big room, and before we show you the big room here,
arena.
First thing I noticed is the sound.
And as you banked, I saw the meatball on the wing, and I saw something drop out from underneath, which was turned out to be a bomb.
Richard Castle playing Chopin, dressed in black leather and with the green stripe through his hair.
And that's the way it makes you feel young. Like the old saying goes, when you live, live in clover. When you did all over.
We'll explore the meaning of the word convocation, at least Cleveland State University's definition of the word. We'll hear from some local men who experienced firsthand America's darkest hour, December 7th. You'll meet a musician and composer whose style is, well, you could say unusual. We'll take you to a special seasonal exhibit at the Cleveland Museum of Art and fill you in on a fountain of youth discovered on Cleveland's near west side. Join us for these stories and more on The Next Dimension.
That's Dimension, Wednesday at 9. Back to more high school football action on TV 25 WVIZ.
Welcome back, Memorial Stadium. This is the punt after the 4th down situation after the 2 sacks. There is Don Giantonio, just a little tired. Can't understand why he's getting sacked. So Euclid takes over, really an excellent field position at their own 42-yard line, 1st down. And let's take a quarterback. Sweet will be the flanker. The split will be Kevin Flynn, number 82. All right, let's take hands off to Pearson. I mean, he is built so low to the ground. He's got this great speed. People hit, but they're playing the angles wrong. He's getting right past them.
Just a quick handoff, and we can see this play is almost going to be stopped in the backfield. Coming across, and then was that number 76, Luoma.
Yeah.
Coming across, almost had the stop in the backfield, but just enough for Pearson to move to the outside.
He picked up 4 big yards on that one. That makes it a 2nd and 6. They're on their own 45. Jernigan gets the call. A loose ball, but it's covered by Euclid. Good heads-up play. Eric Anger hit Jernigan, and he lost the ball, and then I didn't see who covered it.
Everything tightened up right in the middle here, and it was down. The ball's going to fly out of that back. It's bouncing out here. Number 12 went after it, but it was one of the deep backs that came up.
I think that's Pearson.
We can watch it here. Now here's the hit. The ball is now coming out. It got out of the pack. It's loose. The quarterback, Arlisic, looks at it, but he's not quite quick enough because coming all the way is one of the deep backs.
This is a pitch back to Pearson, and he slips down as he tried to make his cut. Brian Kisco, 97, was right there. So now they've got a 4th and 3, and I'm certain they'll be punting. If they do, it'll be Kevin Bremer.
They're going to have to call a timeout. Yeah, there's the timeout. Euclid had to call their second timeout. I don't think they have enough people out on the field because they're looking at each other and they just looked over the bench with their arms up. And the punter now is coming out on the field. They didn't have their punter out there.
Well, there's Coach Tom Banks, and there's the punter, number 23, Kevin Bremer, who is only punted 4 times. That shows you what kind of an offense the Panthers have, averaging 34 yards per attempt. But we've got 10:40 remaining. By the way, his last punt, as you see, was 29 yards. 10:40 remaining in the half. And it's a 4th and 3 for Euclid with the ball on their own 48-yard line.
Like I thought in that first quarter that Menor did a fine job defensively as much as they possibly could. The one drive, and it was on a pass play that Arlesic completed to Jernigan that got the ball rolling. Coach Tom Bank went to a couple pass plays in a row to loosen up the Menor defense, and then again the running comes in. When you get both things going like that, very hard team to defend against.
The people back are Chad Green, number 9, Bob Farley, number 81. Farley's the up man. Bremer gets it away. It's going to be grabbed by Chad Green from his own 7. Gets a couple of blocks, it slips down, and a flag is thrown. Chad Green was driven out of bounds at about the 19. It was a 44-yard punt. It's going to help Bremer's average. Got a holding call against Menor.
Almost every time in a punt play when it's thrown on a return, it's going to be against the offensive team. When we look at the first quarter statistics, Menor with 2 first downs. Mike, Euclid had 5. Look at the yardage there, -4 for Menor. They're going to have to get their running game in gear. 41 yards on the arm of Giantonio, 15 for quarterback John Arlesic at Euclid. And time of possession, surprisingly, Menor 6:05 and Euclid 5:55. But Euclid has 7 points on the board.
So Euclid will take over the ball, first down from their own 9. And he completes it to the tight end. And Doug Morgan, Giantonio to Morgan. That's the 2nd reception for Morgan in this game and his 8th of the season. Tolbert and Jackson in on the stop.
A lot of stars in the helmet, and he has another reception. It's 2 that he's had, and that's the big tight end. He rambles at 245 at 6'5". He's got to be a load to brought down, and that time Devon Jackson, number 10, made the tackle.
And that's his 2nd reception and 2nd first down that he's able to get. Morgan comes over, tight end this side, along with the flanker. This is to Wilhelm. Tries to cut it up inside, and a flag is thrown. That was from the defensive official, Brandon Bigham, only a sophomore at 5'7", was in on the stop, and we got a holding again called against Menor. That's 2 on this possession already. This will be their 2nd possession penalty of the game. Clock showing 9:38 to go in the first half, a 7-0 score. And you've got to give the defense for Menor credit. Here's a team that averages 37 points a ball game and has only given up 7 in a quarter and a third.
The offense has to keep that ball. That's the best thing that can happen to their defense. Menor can hold on to that ball and put a little pressure on the Euclid defense.
In motion goes Wilhelm. Looks for Wilhelm, he gets it. No good. He lost it as he got hit by Brandon Bigham.
Almost a nice grab by John Wilhelm. He goes out there. He's really extended so far that he didn't have a chance to bring it in. It was a pass that was a little bit high. Just as he's starting to bring it in, he was starting to lose it, but he got hit low, and then on the back, driven into the ground, incomplete pass for Menor.
A 2nd and 20 now for the Cardinals. Same formation. And there goes Green in motion. Going to the short side. D'Antonio tries to go deep, and he overthrows the intended receiver, Don Pastore. Number 7, Von Tolbert, was the closest receiver, but he plays for Euclid.
It's a little bit of a stop and go with Pastore kind of hitching up after about 12 yards, and then quarterback Don D'Antonio wanted him to go deep down the field. When they get into a passing situation, they'll put Pastore and Green on the field at the same time. A lot of speed out there, but this time quarterback went deep and the receiver just hitched up a little bit short.
It's a good thing he threw it long, because Pastore was covered very well. A 3rd and 20. And it's on a draw play. This is to Wilhelm, and he gets to the 21-yard line. Shy of by about 3 yards of the original line of scrimmage, and Rashawn Greer stopped him with help from Devon Jackson, and that'll bring up a punting situation for the Cardinals.
Euclid in their defense for the pass, so they try to slip John Wilhelm through. Got some yardage, but it's the kicking game now.
Beatty will be punting, standing at his own 7. We've got Pearson and Jernigan back deep, and it's partially blocked. And it hits a Panther, but I think he grabbed it back.
Yes, he did. Let's watch this one again. We're looking at the punter back there as the ball just getting off the grass. Couldn't pick it up cleanly. Tries to get it off, which you try to do. Big number 53 comes across.
Brian Peoples.
Peoples came in on that. The ball is bouncing around here. And we're looking to see who has it. The official immediately called that Euclid will come up with the football for their first down. Excellent field position, Mike. One of their best starts as far as a drive is concerned.
Yep, they're sitting on their own 24-yard line. We've got Sweet flanked to the near side. Flint is split to the far side, and the wind is dying down a little bit. This is to Pearson. Trying to get outside, and gets in for 6. That is something you just cannot teach. Yard run by Pearson, and he gets his second TD of the game, and his 14th of the season. Pearson now has 68 yards on 8 carries. And the kick is good. That makes it 14-0.
Get a chance to look at some good blocking and an excellent run. Starting a step to the left, comes back to the right. Just a speed to the outside, a nice block out front. I'm trying to see what it is. 82, Kevin Flint, an excellent man. He just shielded off, and that's all you have to do. And we look at Pepe Pearson, the outside. Number 82, you can see the nice block, just enough to keep the defender off. We have a back that fast. He knows where Paydier is. He drove for it, and there's 6 more on the board.
Steve Sirk will be kicking off for the Panthers. Back deep will be Chad Green, Don Pastore, and Bob Farley. Green will be in the middle. Farley to far side, Pastore to the near side. And that is Steve Sirk. 2 extra points. 44 out of 47. So far this season. This one goes to Grad Jean at the 8. Gets a little room. Good run back by Chad Green. Kevin Grimmer brought him down, but not after a big return.
That's something that Mentor needed, is something to get the fans into the game, get their offensive team. They had a tough series last time, and that's Chad Green, the speedster, back on the fine defensive player, flanker in, and you can see a real good kick return man.
He's done an awful lot. He's got 8 touchdowns. Great receiver. And a handoff. This is the fullback. Ryan Rinaldo, he gets inside Euclid territory where Willie Reed brought him down.
I think we all agreed up here that Menor has to keep that ball. Jantonio, very dangerous throwing. That time, Rinaldo the runner, Wilhelm a good runner, but they have to keep their defense off the field and get their offense rolling.
A 2nd and 4 from the Euclid 44. A pitch back, which one goes to Wilhelm, and he was brought down shy of a first down by about a yard or so. The linebacker saying DiBartolomeo brought him down.
It's amazing how quick the Panthers are on defense. Just as it looks like the Menor ball player might scoot through for a little bit of a yardage, they just have the excellent speed, the pursuit coming across with good tackling.
That's Pastore talking to quarterback Don Jantonio. Third and 2. This is a pitch back to Wilhelm. Wilhelm gets across the 40. Or make that Chad Green on the pitch out. And he has enough for the first down.
You want to go against the beef of the inside of Euclid, so they came to the outside with the speedster. It's a quarterback pitch. It's a deep pitch, just enough. Nice move in there by Chad Green with the shoulders, and that did it, coming just enough to come across to get the first down. You can see the guard pulling in the inside. You have to have a blocker. They had it there. Also, Rinaldo threw a nice block, and that's the move we talked about with Chad Green to the outside and his first down.
That you saw was Sam DiBartolomeo, number 64. Across the middle, and this is Wilhelm. And he gets inside the 15. He gets to about the 12-yard line. Great reception by Wilhelm. Nice throw by Jantonio, and Devon Jackson, the safety, had to bring him down.
Quarterback, you can see the crossing pattern. They had the back come out of the backfield. John Wilhelm, you see him cross here, which is always tough a defender. It's rocking the Menor Stadium right now after that first down and the completion.
John Wilhelm, 12 receptions for 8.6 yards and 1 TD. Almost broke that one. He comes out. Thompson goes in for him. He needs a rest. But I saw Pastore in the same neighborhood that Wilhelm was there.
Yeah, they cut across, and it confused the defenders.
Big first down at the 13, they'll spot it at. This is to the fullback, Ryan Rinaldo, one of the co-captains, and Rashawn Greer, the nose guard, brought him down after about a 2-yard pickup, let's call it. 5:22 to go in the half, 14-0. Euclid on top. But Menor knocking on the door. Back in comes Brian Boyle at tight end for Doug Morgan. Coach Kirschbaum trying to keep some fresh legs in there. Farley split to the far side. Pastore is flanked to the near side. And an interception. Yes, an interception. Pulling that one in was number 82, Sparky Burkett. It's number 83, only a sophomore. That's his 3rd interception of the year.
Time again, they tried to hit. This time was number 4, Pastore, coming across, and the quarterback just missed connections on the play. This cornerback for the Panthers is just going back into his zone, and all of a sudden the ball is there. He is a little quicker going over with his man in defense. The ball would have gone free, but he was there. He had the interception. It stops the drive for the Cardinals. Tough break.
Boy, it sure was. They were so close. But Euclid takes over. First down from the Menor 6. Just great effort trying to pick up some additional yardage, but the Cardinals just smothered Stetter and Cottrell. And that was Jernigan on the attempt. No gain on that. Still at the 6-yard line. We're down to 4 minutes remaining in the first half. A 14-0 score with Euclid on top and the ball after that big interception. split backs. To the right of your screen is Jernigan. Next to him is Pearson. Orlesic hands it off to Pearson. Boy, he gets through, he gets hit, and then
so quick.
falls 4 yards beyond where he got hit. Orsag tripped him up.
Pressure that's put against that defensive front five of Menor. It's just a handoff. The quarterback has a hard time going down the line and getting to Pearson. He's so quick off the mark. And with that, he just moves fast, shoulders down, squared up to the goal line, and has the speed and the power.
There's a Menor Cardinal. He wants to get something going. He's a little worried. You can tell with the look on his beak. 3rd and 4 now for the Panthers. And Eric Anger in on the stop. That was Pepe Pearson on the carry. And it's going to be shy of a first down. Officials timeout. Maybe they want to bring out the chains. We'll see.
They'll bring it out, and looking at the chains is John Orlesic, the quarterback, the senior. He's the co-captain. He'll look at it along with the referee. Dan Mason is the linesman, line judge. Bring it out. They'll mark it, and we'll get a chance to see if they made it or not.
Yeah, half the length of the football. While the clock's showing just inside, 3 minutes remaining in the half, Euclid gets another first down. That is their 7th of the game. Joe Sweet, the flanker, comes to the near side. And we got Kevin Flynn in, split to the far side. Pepe gets the handoff. He's going to go. No, he is stopped. Pearson, Pepe Pearson, got it out. It's enough for a first down, and Brandon Stetter, who is Derek's twin brother, brought him down. He's a cornerback.
Look at it again. There we can see Jernigan throwing a block from the fullback position. Straight handoff into Pepe Pearson. He has that quick speed in the 40 at 4.5 to the outside, ready to break it. He's now has 2 touchdowns and 105 yards on the ground.
Pepe gets the call again, and he is stopped as he crosses the 40 to about the 41. Duoma, along with Craig Orsag, the nose guard on defense for the Cardinals.
Pearson can run with that football. Last week he rushed for 240 yards on 18 carries. He's 3rd in the district with his 1,222 yards. So he's capable of moving that ball. He's done it all season.
2nd and 10. Pepe gets it again. You're running a 5'10", 160-pounder straight right off tackle, and it's going to be a personal foul. And this one could be against Chad Green. If that is, that's a big one.
It took place away from the ball. It's the end coming down. Always has to go after the safety man, especially in case Pearson or Jernigan break it loose. He's been back there. Little disgruntled, was a deep man for Menor, and the foul took place. So it will be a big one, as Mike mentioned. It'll get marked off and a first down.
Number 9.
That's Chad Green. Some of these fouls are going to start coming on the part of Menor just through sheer frustration. They get down the field, they can't do anything with it.
Well, it's difficult. You have the big lineman banging away at your 5-man front. You have 2 backs, Jernigan and Pearson, who can go. A quarterback who we saw was a smooth ball handler, and when they have to, they put it in the air. So it's just so much pressure on the young men out there for the defense.
So another first down with that penalty. And Pepe Pearson. And Chris Wilson again had to make the stop. My golly, he is some kind of a runner. You know, as a freshman, he won the Greater Cleveland Conference 100-meter race as a freshman.
As a freshman, 3 more years for the track coach to be happy about it. But we're looking at here, not a very happy Menor team, but Pearson again to the right side. He's getting the key blocks, and he doesn't need much of a block.
Oh, there's a face mask.
There's the face mask. You can see it. 2 penalties in a row, big ones against Menor, against the defense. They're fighting the clock. They have to dig in here. They can't give up any more time. And yep, Mike, there's a timeout, and they better have
a timeout. Defense coordinator's got to get out there and calm them down. Look at this, 123 yards. and both of Euclid's touchdowns. And this young man is only a sophomore. Isn't this unbelievable?
Well, the way he can run with that football. But I'll tell you, we look at front, the Thompson, Champ, DeBartolomeo, Wanderslave, and these kids can block. And they're blocking hard. And Jernigan, you have to defender him.
Want to remind you to stay with us at halftime. We got a great halftime show for you. The Euclid marching band as well as the Cardinal marching band. So stay with us. You'll enjoy halftime. And then stay with us at the end of 3 quarters because we'll be bringing you scoreboard. We'll see who the champions are and who made the playoffs. If you can figure it out without a computer.
Okay.
So 59 seconds to go. Euclid's got a first down on Mentor's 12. Arlesic looks, completes this one to Mike McDougal, the tight end. Eric Anger is there, but not until he picks up big yardage. John Arlesic.
See why he's passing at just about a 50% average. You key on the running game, it's really a long, deep set by Arlesic. He's coming around, he's looking for Mike McDougal, who goes 6'3", wide open over on the side. Defenders coming across a little bit late, but they drive him out to the sideline.
So now they have a 2nd and 3 from the 5. And an official's timeout with 43 seconds still showing in the clock. I'll tell you what, while we're waiting for the equipment to be fixed, Mentor has got to hang on here and deny them getting into the end zone with but 43 seconds. You know, Gianantonio is sitting on the sideline wondering what it takes. It seems that Arlesic can make it look so easy with the running game being so tough. And Mentor just can't seem to get anything going for him on offense.
No, but they really need the defense here. The referee, Dan Mason, is coming over. They looked at the scoreboard. They talked to the official timekeeper, and they're going to put a few seconds back up on the board, which, of course, Mentor won't like because they're fighting that clock. And Euclid, 7 more seconds to try to get into the end zone. Let's see that Mentor defense come up with a couple big plays.
Well, he's talked to one of the assistant coaches, the defensive coordinator, who has his headset on. Let's see if that information can get up to the officials, timekeeper, or they'll keep the time on the field. But the scoreboard clock says 48 seconds. They've added 5 seconds, and it's a 2nd and 3. This has been an 8-play drive, 4 minutes, and 3 major penalties against Mentor. Sure, pitch back. This is to Pepe, and he'll get in. Pepe Pearson with his 3rd TD of the game. I'll tell you, they've got a lot to cheer about. They've got a 20-0 score, and that's the way they'll go into the locker room. Steve Sirk will be going for his 3rd extra point. And this one is good. So he's 3 for 3 in this game. Here's a replay on that run, but when Pepe Pearson gets the pitch on the outside, and Brian Boyle, the end, had to commit. You just can't teach speed.
It's there. The speed is there. It's a good fake by the quarterback, and he fakes it into Jernigan, who has almost 1,000 yards and 19 touchdowns rushing, so you have to stay with him, pitch it out, and, of course, this young man, Pepe Pearson, everything we heard about, he's that quick, he's that strong. He hits the outside pay dirt again.
Well, Steve Sirk will be kicking to Mentor with 43 seconds on the clock. In the middle, you will see Chad Green, Don Pastore to the near side, and Bob Farley to the far side. Good look at Steve Sirk.
Number 9, Chad Green, and 81, Bob Farley.
And that's going to go to Farley. And he is driven out of, not many, he's still in bounds. The clock is stopped and a flag now is thrown.
Flag was thrown about 20 yards away from the ball carrier Farley on the return.
Scoring drive. I gave you some of the numbers a little earlier. Personal foul against Mitter again, and that is their third one.
Third one in the last few minutes. They've lost it as far as the penalties are concerned. That scoring drive, 9 plays, Mike, 95 yards.
Yeah, I can see it. 37 seconds and a first down. Personal foul against Mitter. They'll get the ball on their own 25. Antonio with some time. He's going deep. And going up high for it was Chad Green. But their defending was Kevin Bremer, number 23, the sophomore. An almost pass completion from Antonio to Chad Green.
Antonio just jacks it up all the way. Green has the speed. Defender goes way up, Mike, and we see it almost into the arms of Chad. Oh, the ball is in the air. Both people going after the ball. Excellent defensive play.
Half a minute remaining and a half. That's a completion to Don Pastore. He got up and started running, but he was down.
Be great to see it. Can we see this again? Let's look at the quarterback. Tony on a quick call, a quick pass to Pastore.
Well, he rolled down. In a pros, you can get up. It's a 3rd and 4. There you see he's down. Here's back to live action. You didn't see Antonio get nailed. I'll be back to the 20. You barely saw it, but 3 guys were on him. That was Adam Reichman, along with Sam DiBartolomeo, and time runs out at the half with the Panthers of Euclid with a commanding 21-0 lead. This is a team that averages 37 points, and they've had 4 shutouts already this season. Just an awesome display of running the ball and a quarterback that can keep you honest. Across the field, getting ready to entertain you, will be the Euclid High School Panther Marching Band under the direction of Stephen P. Alspaw. And Mary Sagulin will be the announcer. The assistant director is Diane Tizano. And the auxiliary director is Debbie Hochins. Now let's go down and enjoy the Euclid High Panther Marching Band.
Tonight, the Euclid Band will dazzle you with this colorful and energetic journey through modern music. They begin by taking you down to the pool hall for a little Hanky Panky by Madonna from the movie Dick Tracy. Now slide closer to the one you love as the band slows it down with the romantic Richard Marx ballad, Right Here Waiting for You. Tonight, the Flags, Majorettes, and the band would like to dedicate this song to Miss Debbie Houchins. This is her last performance as auxiliary director to the Flags and Majorettes, as she will be moving on in pursuit of her master's degree in administration. Thank you, Miss Houchins. Now hold on tight and don't let go, because the band is about to blow you out of your seats with Prince's off-the-wall song, J.U.O.
Don't forget to clap! Everything! Now!
And a nice job by the Euclid High School Panther Marching Band. We want to thank the director, Stephen P. Alspaugh. And I'll tell you what, they put on a good year this year with all the practice, and the director now is running with the flag, and he's getting involved in the choreographing of this particular performance. Again, our thanks to the entire marching band from Euclid High School. And across the way, the red uniforms you see lined up is the Mentor High School Fighting Cardinals marching band under the direction of Byron Nunsicker. And they'll be coming on the field for your entertainment. Let's go down and enjoy the Mentor High School Fighting Cardinal marching band. And its announcer, Rick Danberg.
The band is led on the field by drum majors Tim Fiskus and Lana Oininen. The band will open their show with a song made popular by the musical group The Who, I Can See for Miles. And now, the band will feature the senior majorettes and the band with the exciting Latin tune, Cristobal. And now the band will close their 1981 show featuring our fantastic senior band members with the 1940s swing tune, Doggin' Around.
I guess that's what happens when you're a senior, as the balloons go up high. Nice job by the Mentor High School Fighting Cardinal Marching Band under the direction of Byron Hunsaker, and our thanks to Rick Denberg, the announcer. The score at the end of the first half, 21-zip. The Panthers on top. We'll be back for the start of the second half right after this.
WVIZ presents It's Happening. The Aurora Community Theater presents the play The Boys Next Door, now through November 23rd. Call 562-1818 for ticket information. Ursuline College in Pepper Pike presents the exhibit Paintings, Paintings, and Porcelains, now through December 15th. For gallery hours, call 449-4200, extension 312.
Next time on Frontline, boxing promoter Don King.
Don's hair, his jewelry, his lingo, it's all an act. It's to confuse, it's to obscure.
But essentially, he's a con man. It's the con man as buffoon.
So I don't have no use for you, Jack Newfield. Yes,
Reporter Jack Newfield investigates the dark side of Don King, his criminal past, and his handling of young fighters in Don King Unauthorized.
Don't miss Frontline, Tuesday at 9. And now high school football continues on WVIZ TV 25.
Telecast of tonight's high school football game is made possible by the Cleveland Browns, who are happy to support Channel 25's coverage of high school football in Northeast Ohio. The Pepsi-Cola Company, bottlers of regular and Diet Mountain Dew. And the East Ohio Gas Company, the Sunshine People, who bring natural gas to more than 1 million people in Northeast Ohio, heating homes, cooking meals, and providing energy for industry.
And the Mentor Cardinal cheerleaders want to get something going. Maybe they can build some spirit and let them go. And we've got a special guest here. Look at that. You're looking at Robert Smith from Euclid. Former Euclid offensive back who set all kinds of records, and I think maybe Pepe Pearson could be breaking some of those records. We're getting ready to go. Let's see if we can take a look at the first half stats.
Big statistic would be Euclid, the Panthers on the board with 21-0 at halftime, and this is how they got their 21 points on 163 yards rushing, total of 185 yards, and they didn't turn the ball over, and they had possession time of 12+. For Mentor, 5 first downs. Mike, 88 passing for a total of 93 they're going to have to start running with that ball. Mentor mixing in the run and the pass, Mike.
Yep, and Mentor's possessions, as you can see, out on downs, a punt, and an interception, and then he went to halftime. Euclid, they control the ball on offense after their first possession, or Euclid after their first possession. See, there 4 plays they had to punt, then they got a touchdown, then they had a punt, then another touchdown, and a third. Now all 3 by Pepe Pearson. So ball control with the running game, but our Lessick also throwing the ball very well. Euclid will kick off to start the second half to the Cardinals of Mentor. Let's see what went on in the locker room that can maybe change the complexion of this game. Steve Sirk is teeing up the ball, number 65. He's going to be kicking off to Chad Green, number 9 in the middle, Dan Pastore near side, and Bob Farley to the far side, number 81. The wind is still blowing from right to left. And picked up by Chad Green at the 5. Tries to cut inside, does, gets across the 20, and will be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Bringing him down was Eric Cantini. So Mentor's got to get something going on his first position. They've been able to move the ball, but not consistently. They'd get a first down, and then they'd have to punt. First down, have to punt. They move down the field, and then they have an interception.
A couple keys were the interception on the play, but we're looking, Mike, it's number 11 out there.
Jason Beatty. I wonder if Don Gentonio is injured. He's a 3-year starter. And we've got flags, and I think that could be an illegal procedure because Chad Green was coming in motion. Did he set long enough? Because Brian Boyle also then came in motion. Yep, it's a procedure call.
Illegal procedure called against the Cardinals.
You can't have 2 people in motion, and when a 1 stops, he's got to set. And he didn't set. The ball was snapped a little too soon. Jason Beatty, 6'1", as you see, and he's only a junior.
The penalty against Mentor was declined.
I'm looking on the sidelines to see if Gentonio is on the sidelines. So Beatty will have a first or second down and 9 from their own 23. Beatty lets it go, and in and out of the hands. And Jordan was there defensively. That was intended for Ryan Ranallo out of the backfield. There's Ryan.
Brings up that tough third down with the 9 yards. Quarterbacks should put that ball in the air. Jason Beatty in there. We don't know the reason why, and we hope to find out if we can. Like again, I've been looking for Gentonio on the sideline. I can't spot him out there.
No, I can't either. All right, it'll be a 3rd and 9 from the 24. We'll try and find out what happened to him. We'll get tell you just as soon as we find out. In motion goes Wilhelm. Beatty looks, throws way over the head of John Wilhelm. He just turned, looked, and his arm was in forward motion just as he looked and was badly overthrown. So they'll bring up a punting situation. Here's what happened.
Okay, the quarterbacks. Beatty going out. He's just throwing it out to the sideline. That's his first series, only his second time to throw the ball, so he's got the series behind him.
And Beatty will punt from the 10. Gets this one away. And this one is by Jernigan. Oh, and he is really nailed from behind. Hitting him was number 60, Tony Descar. So Euclid will take over in absolutely perfect field position with a 21-point lead. They can just keep it on the ground. He's keep on taking time off the clock. Orlesic, look at that, 3 of 3. Coming in, averaging 48% in his passes, 25 of 52. The line of scrimmage is the 36 of Mentor. This is Jernigan, and he spins his way inside the 30 for Chris Luoma. Number 76 brought him down, only a junior at 205. And
Arlisek handing off, and the guard pulling. He's going to hand off to the fullback, Rashawn Jernigan. Just about breaks it loose, but a good shoestring tackle there. Number 60 again coming up with a good tackle to stop the fullback from breaking loose to the outside.
So a 2nd and 3 from the 29. This is to Pearson. He just comes right out of the other side of a gang up. And that's Wilson again in on the stop.
He runs low to the ground. He's only 5'10", 160 pounds. He has a low slant. He has the speed, and you watch the shoulders just clear right away, right to the goal line. He slithers through the hole. I don't know how he darts. He only needs a little bit from the lineman. They have to only hold the block for a fraction of a second. He finds it and darts through.
And that was Butkus who opened up that hole, pushing his man out to the right. So another big first down for the Panthers. This is Jernigan, and he's brought down by number 58, Eric Enger, the co-captain.
Panthers are going to their option series with the quarterback giving to the fullback or bringing it away, giving to the halfback. Also, John Arlisek can run with the ball in this formation.
2nd and 9. This is a keeper by Arlisek, and he spins down inside the 15. Chris Wilson working to bring him down.
It's a different defense set. Chris Wilson was up on the line of scrimmage. We've seen him go up so many times before. Then he drops off. He drops back about 10 yards. He makes another good tackle to the outside. Very good tackler, Chris Wilson from the deep spot.
A 3rd and 2 now for the Panthers. Sweet is flanked to the near side. And this is a misdirection. This is the Pearson. Pearson, you can hear the hitting. I'll tell you, there's something else. Wilson and Green on the stop. But the defense now is really trying to hit people.
Just the pressure they put on there. You can see the double team blocking. 71 comes through with a good block. Wander Slavin, and number 82 for Menor, Brian Boyle, fought off the block, came in, but just couldn't make the tackle on Pepe Pearson.
Well, that's the speed again. Look at this, 143 yards. Unbelievable, this young man, only a sophomore. This fake in the belly series to Jernigan, and John Arlisek gets his 4th TD rushing touchdown for the Panthers. And very automatically, systematically, the Panthers are just taking over this game. It's now 27-0. And as Steve Sirk gets ready to try for another extra point, he's 3 for 3 in this game, Aaron. And he's 45. And he's 4 for 4.
Been looking at touchdowns for the Panthers. They have the high-scoring offensive machine. We talked about this series, and he's capable of running. As everybody can see, John Arlisek, the co-captain senior, goes in with a 4th running touchdown. He also has thrown for 4 TDs.
We should have a profile of him because he's got the greatest hairdo you ever saw in your life. He's got a number 12, actually shaved right into his head. So John Arlisek doing the job, but you know, that's what we talked about at the beginning. He's got such great hands. He's an exceptional quarterback. In that belly series, he puts it in and then pulls it right back out and scores a touchdown.
I think you hit it when we talked about it right in the opening. He makes the offense go. They have the runners, they have the blockers, but you have to have somebody as the field general, and he's a good one.
Steve Sirk will be kicking to Green, Pastore, and Farley. I'm doing this quite often in this game. Chad Green takes it at the 15. Tries to find some running room, changes direction a couple of times, gets across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. On the stop, Mark Parker. Mark Parker also plays on special teams as well as a tackle on defense. Here's your scoring drive. Didn't take them long. 36 yards, 245 in only 6 plays. And all of them on the ground. Beatty still in at quarterback. That's the end Morgan, who was in motion. And a flag. And this is a completion to Morgan. And he gets across the 35. But let's see what the flag is all about. Adam Reichman, number 30 on the stop with help from number 7, Von Tolbert. And the referee, Dan Mason, is calling a first down. The flag was thrown all the way back to 35 on Mentor's side of the 50.
6 men on the line of scrimmage.
Oh, my.
Again, the penalty. Kirschbaum is coming out and talking and making sure of the call as he comes off to the line judge, talks to him on the play itself.
They may pick this thing up. Let's see what's going to happen. Well, Dan Mason's marching it all the way back here.
The line judge and the linesmen are over talking it over now, making sure of the formation, what they have, and those two will talk it over. They'll come across the field and talk to the referee, Dan Mason, with the call. You're looking now at the linesman and the line judge.
And one official is standing right here at the 30-yard line of Euclid. If they pick up the flag, that's where the ball will be. Well, let's see what Dan Mason has to say.
6 men on the line of scrimmage. 6 men on the line of scrimmage.
Well, they talked it over, and they were only 6 men, and Coach Kirschbaum does not like it.
And South 6. That's the third quarter score, north and south.
So not only do they lose that big gainer to the 35, but they also are going to be penalized 5 yards. So that brings up a 1st and 15. Look at the penalties. 70 yards. Morgan again goes in motion. Same thing they did in the last play. And a nice handoff to John Wilhamel. That did not fool anyone on the defensive line or the linebackers for Euclid. Darrell Brooks on the stop with Rashawn Greer. Greer was the nose guard. Brooks is the middle linebacker. And Scott Jordan is the other middle linebacker.
For 81, Bob Farley comes in with the play from the sideline, giving it to Jason Beatty, number 11, who's in at quarterback. There's a one-back offense in there now.
2nd and 12. Interception. Adam Reichman. Boys, Mentor snake bit tonight.
They have the nice completed pass, come all the way up the field. They have not enough men. They get a 5-yard penalty. Quarterback goes back now. They got a lot of yardage. There's a nice drop, puts the ball up, flips it in here. You can see it here, a little bit high, just a little bit too high for the offensive man. He tips it, and it rolls right into the defender's hands. Tough one, Mike.
It sure is. So Euclid will take over with Arlisic still at quarterback. Pearson and Jernigan in his running backs. This is not Pearson. This is Jernigan. Either that or Peoples. It's Jernigan. Luoma in on the stop, along with help from Brian Kisco.
Time Jernigan was in the tailback position, so they made a couple of changes in on their offense. We'll spot it for you as he was in there, fullback or tailback. They do move Jernigan to tailback sometimes when they take Pearson out.
It'll be a 2nd and 8. Jernigan gets the pitch back. Oh, what a great solo tackle by Eric Anger. And he didn't start the game because of a knee injury he had last week.
Quick pitch to the outside to Jernigan, who's back in the tailback position and just flying across. As Mike said, an excellent tackle on the play. Doesn't get any better than that for Mentor. They made the best tackle they've had in a while, and it's third down, a lot of yardage now, about 12 facing Euclid.
You saw Kirschbaum, the head coach, Dick Kirschbaum from Mentor, wanting something good to happen, and that was good. That'll bring up a 3rd and 12. And this is a draw play. This is the Jernigan. And he gets across the 40, well shy of a first down. Greg Orsog in on the stop.
Good defensive series for Mentor.
So the defense is held. That means, well, let's see if they're going to punt. There's Coach Tom Bank. What's he thinking? Thinks he can pick it up? Nope. Kevin Bremer is in. He'll be punting from his own 47. Green and Farley, but look for a fake. And they're coming, and it's blocked. And it's covered at the 45-yard line by Don Pastore. Oh my, number 4 is Pastore.
See it here, it's a snap, it's a little high, it's an extra step that he takes. Might have been something they scouted for Mentor. He came in, Pastore is that flanker who has all that speed to the outside. He came in quick, got the block punt, came up with the ball. Let's see if that can really get something going now for the Cardinals on offense.
First down from their own 45 for the Cardinals. Beatty looks. He's going to have to run with it, and he's forced out of bounds after about a 3-yard pickup by Adam Reichman. Beatty only a junior at 6'1", 165, but they very cool under pressure. He could have just thrown it, but he picked up a couple of yards.
It's good to see the young team from Mentor have the ball in good field position to give Jason Beatty a chance to get the offense rolling a little bit, mix up his plays, put that ball in the air. Let's see if their offense can move against the strong defensive team of Euclid.
Amazingly, Wilhelm has only carried the ball 3 times. Come on, Johnny, he gets the call here, and he gets across midfield to about the 48-yard line. Rashawn Greer brought him down with Devon Jackson. That's for the 4th carry for Wilhelm, and only 5 yards. 5 carries make that. I'm sorry, I thought it was only 3. So that's 5 carries and 20 yards. But he averages on. He had 139 carries coming into this game. Wilhelm again puts his head down and gets close to a first down, maybe a yard short. They'll bring up a 4th and about a yard. Scott Jordan in on the stop with Devon Jackson also helping out. Wilhelm needs 31 yards for a 1,000-yard season. Chad Green comes back in the lineup for Mentor, and they're going to go for it, 4th and a yard. And Wilhelm gets it. His forward progress took him over the 45. And Darrell Brooks and Mark Parker, but Wilhelm fought for it, and there you see another big first down. And that is only the 6th first down of the game for Mentor.
Wilhelm going up for it, trying to get it on the 4th down. You can see it. He didn't get it by much, but he gets across that line. Ryan Ronaldo, 42, is one of the blockers. His buddy in the backfield helped push him through.
That's Wilhelm in motion. And Beatty carries it, and he gets hit on the line hard, but he gets a first down. Brandon Bigham, the sophomore, number 9, forced him out, but not until Jason Beatty got a first down.
Beatty recognized the defense when he saw it walk away in the corner, and the corner is open. They're playing, dropping back on defense. Beatty saw it, came across, and right here he looks. There's no cornerback outside or coming up to help. They dropped off, walked away, so he just took it off from the corner, made the best of the play.
Yeah, Beatty outran Sam DiBartolomeo. Another first down. And Scott Jordan brought him down, but another big pickup pressure put on Beatty by Adam Reichman. He had him in his grasp.
Oh, they're draped
Nice
all over
pass.
him. Look at that, Mike. I don't know how he got it up, squared away, got something behind the throw. He couldn't get the feet into it, but he got the arm enough to hit number 42, Ryan Ronaldo, with the pass.
So he picked up about 4 yards on that one. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6 with 36 seconds remaining in the third.
got the tailback.
That's Green coming in motion, or Wilhelm in motion. Rolling out. Beatty, interception. My heavenly days. Van Tolbert on the interception.
The quarterback here, Jason Beatty, he's going out. It's just a short rollout, looking down the field. He's starting to get the pressure now. Throws that ball high enough. It's into the sideline. But right here, you can see there's only one man there. His offensive man is down. The pass underthrown on the play. Coming up with a number 7, Tolbert comes up the sideline. Again, another turnover for Menor after a nice drive, mixture of the passes. It's the 3rd interception now for Euclid.
Time is running out. Stay with us. We got scoreboard for you. End of this quarter. Euclid's going to let the time run out down to 4 seconds. So that ends the 3rd quarter with the Panthers of Euclid leading it 28-0 over the Cardinals. Now let's go to scoreboard. Gang, I hope your favorite team came out on top. Let's look at that, 28-0. That was the 3rd interception that Menor has thrown, in every one of them at an inopportune time. There never is an opportune time, but they were always on a march. They were to get something going. They were always into the 6 once when they threw an interception. So Euclid takes over, 1st down from their own 37. Joe Sweet still in the lineup as the flanker to this side. Flint split to the far side. I think they've got Jernigan now in as the tailback. Lou Oma in on the stop. Yeah, that was Jernigan.
Carrying the ball for Euclid, number 33, Rashad Jernigan. He was stopped by number 1, Jason Cottrell.
They've got Marlo Hall, 34, now in the lineup for Euclid as the fullback. Jernigan moves to tail because I guess they feel Pepe Pearson has had a big enough night, huh?
I would imagine so, and of course he can move. He's been a tailback before.
Jernigan gets the call again. And he gets away from a couple of tacklers and almost broke another as he gets to the 38. Chris Wilson again in on the stop. Boy, he has done a job, Wilson has.
He's been in his share of tackles. He starts out in the safety position, but he comes up, he moves up, he will blitz, he'll come to the far side, come across. Nick, is that 12 tackles? Okay, our stat man say 12 tackles for Chris Wilson, number 25 for Menor.
So they bring up a 3rd and 7. 10:41 to go in the game. 28-0, Euclid on top. Lessig is being chased, lets it go. He completes this one to Mike McDougal. And he stepped out of bounds at the 45, shy of a first down. Only about 1.5 yards shy, but he was shy. So Euclid will be punting. Kevin Bremer comes in.
Fourth down and 1. Back deep, number 9, Chad Green.
Chad Green is a lone receiver back deep for Mentor, and apparently they're looking for a block here. Everyone is coming. And it's going to be a flag running into the kicker.
So that's going to be a very popular
That's kind
call.
of a ticky-tacky.
On this side, Mentor did not like the call. The kicker takes an extra half step. There's something they're going to have to work on or get a much, much sharper snap when the scouts, and they're all here looking at this Euclid ball team.
So that means it's going to be a penalty and a first down now for Euclid.
You have to protect the punter, but it wasn't very popular for the Cardinals on this side of the field. They watch it, they try to get away, but when you run into the punter, you're going to get the call.
The thing is, Kevin Bremer, when he got hit, he should have fallen down. That makes it look legit.
And the boos come up. Part of the game.
So Euclid will have a first down just inside Mentor's 40. Kevin Flynn splits to the far side. 87, Sikavich is in as the flanker, on the near side. This is the fullback, Hall. Mario Hall, a 5'10" sophomore. Doug Morgan and Craig Orsog in on the stop after he picked up about 1.5 yards. Out goes Mark Sikavich.
Well, a lot of substitutes coming in and out now for the offense of Euclid.
Well, sitting on the bench is Gomez for Euclid. When he comes in the game, I think Euclid stands are going to erupt. Bad exchange between the center and the quarterback, Jernigan. And let's see where he went out of bounds. Hoth and Wilson were there to force him out. And he will get a first down.
They can put so many looks to their offense. Again, it's the wide open pitch, the left hand. It's a nice job, John Arlesick with the left hand to pitch out. This time the tailback, Rashawn Jernigan, the 5'9", 160-pound junior who goes to the outside and continues out.
8,175 here at Miller Stadium this evening.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 2 now. Oh, that is going to be called against Hall. And that was on a 3rd and 2. So everybody in the house saw that one.
And everybody made the call, along with the official, the referee, Dan Mason, throwing the flag down. It'll go against, he has to be set. He was not set. The penalty will go against the Panthers.
And I'm certain that the Cardinals will take the penalty. That'll make a 3rd and 7.
False start. What?
Jernigan now has only 4 carries, 28 yards. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 16 carries and 38 yards. Arlesick has 4 carries and plus 28. There it is. There's your stats. Arlesick trying to get outside, and he's held shy of the 30. No first down. Chris Wilson again in on the stop. Well, he covers a lot of territory. He's a junior at 6'1", 170. Coming into this game, he had 5 interceptions and 42 tackles, and he's got about 7 or 8 solo tackles right now, maybe even more.
Excellent defensive player, has been for 3.5 quarters, and he's been out on the field a long time. That time we saw John Arlisek come down, and I watch him all the way because he'll lateral that ball even past the line of scrimmage. They're not afraid to give it off to the speedy backs.
A 4th and 1. And it's a completion. This one to McDougal. And he gets inside the 15. Boy, everybody was bouncing off each other over there. Chad Green made the initial hit, and then everybody else came in to help out.
It was good pass coverage, so right at the end, McDougal came across, and I thought that they weren't going to get it off, but here it is. It's coming high. He goes up high for the football and brings it down. That's number 81. That's 6'3", 195-pound senior. He's a load to bring down, but a couple of the Cardinals are there. He's fighting for more yardage, and he gets a couple more yards.
He sure is. Quite a basketball player at 6'3". He's got 8 carries and 1 touchdown. Fake to Hall, pitch out to Jernigan. Boy, does he high step. He gets close to the 10 where Derek Stetter and Chris Wilson, along with Craig Orsag, were there to bring him down. Orsag had to run a long way. He's the nose guard. 7.5 minutes remaining in the game. And a penalty?
Yeah, there's a flag, a late flag on the player. We didn't see it on the far side, and it will go against the Panther. Call that run back. The Panthers will get the big yardage for the illegal block.
It's either going to be a illegal block, a clip.
Yeah, it's definitely the clip, illegal block.
So that brings it all the way back to the 30. They've got to get inside the 15, about the 14 for a first down. First and 26. Jernigan gets the call. Oh, he goes off tackle. Look at him go. My heavenly days. First he has Pearson doing it, and then Jernigan does it. And they're looking, what do these guys say? What do you have to do to stop these people? 3 people had him contained, and he comes out the other end.
Comes out all the way after the big penalty. Defense couldn't hold.
And that's another point after. That's 47 out of 50 so far this season for Steve Sirk. Look at this.
Look at it here. Remember, they just had the penalty against him. He breaks it through here. He breaks 1 tackle. There, he almost got the head torn off, but he got underneath it. And at that point, the speed and the power take place. No one in with a good shoulder tackle, so we have Rashawn Jernigan, another touchdown. He can really score the touchdowns.
Brian, that's 244 yards rushing for Euclid in this game so far.
That's what we talked about the coach with 2 runners he has, Jernigan and Pearson. Both of them can go 1,200 some yards, plus tonight 100 some for Pepe Pearson. And Jernigan had 928. Now he's getting up there pretty close to that, about 970 or so, Mike, close to that.
Yeah, he's at 68 yards now on 16 carries, but Pearson is bound to take the lead now in total yardage in the greater Cleveland area. I think he had it coming into this game, but he'll hold it.
He was close. They have that John Mendato of Eastlake and Kim Herring of Solon are right up there on the top.
No, I don't mean the conference. I mean the greater Cleveland area. And goes out of bounds.
Illegal procedure. Kicked out of bounds.
The clock showing 7:06 to go, a 35-0 ball game. Euclid had so much riding on this because in talking to Coach Kirchbaum, he felt that they would be able to make the playoffs. It would be close if they won this game. And the scoring drive, unbelievable for Euclid. Look at that, 5 minutes almost. That's ball control, 64 yards in 9 plays. And a lot of people have been rushing into the end zone for him. We've got Pearson with 3 touchdowns. Arlisic with 1, and now Jernigan with 1.
Back is Pastore, Shaggy, and Pastore.
Zurich kicks to Green, Pastore, and Farley. Good run back by Ronaldo. He gets out to close to midfield. On the stop, Eubank, Keith Eubank for Euclid. And now we're going to be seeing a lot of other players in the lineup.
And one of the positives for Mentor has been returning kickoffs. Green has brought 3 of them up the field. This time another one. They bring them back, but they have their problems when they get down in here. They just haven't enough to keep rolling along. Offense hasn't been getting on track all night long.
Boy, that's the spare. This is Wilhelm, and he gets close to the 40. Could be enough for the first down. Devon Jackson stopped him. Nice run by Wilhelm. Puts his head down, number 10, that's Devon Jackson. Brought him down. 44 was in the area, that's Bob Welch. And enough for the first down for Mentor. This is Green in motion. They get it out to Green. And he gets close to the 30 where Von Tolbert upended him after he picked up about 8-9 yards.
Kids are still working hard at it. Quarterback Jason Beatty, number 11, fires that ball out into the far side. That's Chad Green. Had an excellent season all year. Excellent basketball, baseball player. Comes up with another completion. They're still going at it. They're working hard at it. That's what you like to see under this team under Coach Dick Kirschbaum.
Well, he's got good speed, Green does, a 4.5 40. So second in a couple. Ronaldo got hit at the line of scrimmage, bounced back, and picked up a first down. He gets inside the 25, where Devon Jackson, the safety, had a running stop in. Nice piece of running by Ronaldo.
Certainly it was. You can see Ronaldo talking to Bob Farley, the end, who out there blocking for him. Picked it up, did most of it on his own. Thought he was going to get stopped, but boy, he turned that corner, Mike. The kids are really working hard, and he got a first down.
Yeah. Should be a long winter if you don't even score a touchdown your last game against one of the top teams in the state. This is Wilhelm in motion. Keeping it is Beatty. Tries to get around the corner and goes out of bounds inside the 20. He picked up, let's see here, maybe about 4 yards. Bob Welch in on the stop.
Well, that wasn't exactly the way the play is drawn up. But the quarterback made the most out of it in there. A little bit of a problem in the backfield. Maybe we can see it here. You can see Ronaldo running in, bumping into the quarterback. Quarterback Jason Beatty just takes off to the side, just tries to get up there to keep this offense rolling.
So it's a 2nd and 7 with 5:14 to go in the game. And grab and hit from behind, number 9, Brandon Bigham. He's had 1 interception this year, and that was for a 56-yard touchdown. There's the Panther back. No gain on that one. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7 with 4:50 to go in the game. Pastore is now in the slot. Number 4. Gets this one out and completes it to number 2, David Thompson. Von Tolbert in on the stop.
Roll out to the right.
Not until they pick up a first down. No, are they shot? We'll see what they spotted. Yep. It is a 1st and goal just inside the 10. Pressure put on Beatty by Bob Welch, who's just come into the game for Euclid. This is a handoff of Wilhelm, and he gets hit hard.
Oh, did he get hit going into the right side against that defense? Was that number 31, Scott Jordan, a linebacker, in there playing now in the middle of the linebacking core, came up with a good hard tackle against John Wilhelm. Woo.
Out comes Chad Green. Back in comes John Wilhelm. Beatty looks, and I think that could have been partially tipped. If not, it was thrown well short.
The big lineman came in, and once he saw that he couldn't get all the way to Jason Beatty, he put his arms up. As you can see here, he kind of jumped up on it. Beatty had to throw that ball down, and the ball just dove into the side. He's trying to hit Chad Green out on the right side.
Well, they got a 3rd and 7 now. Ball is sitting on the 7. It's 3rd and goal. Rolling out is Beatty, and he gets it there. Completion to Chad Green with his 9th touchdown reception of the season, and gets the Cardinals on the scoreboard. That's got to be a big relief. Make that John Wilhelm. There's John on the reception.
Beatty had a lot of room as he rolled out to the left. Did a fine job moving with the football and dropped it out to John Wilhelm.
Let's see if they're going to go for 2. Yes, they are. If they were to go for the extra point, Don Giantonio, and a flag, a delay of game is going to be called against the Cardinals.
By the time they got everybody in there and the formation they wanted was really spread out across the field, the judge called the too much time, so it'll go back 5 yards and they'll get a chance to get the play off now.
John Wilhelm, I said that Chad Green has now 9 touchdowns for the season. As I pointed out, he wasn't the receptor on that. That was John Wilhelm, and that's his 2nd TD of the season. And going for 2, almost pulling it in, is number 9. That's Chad Green. And Mark Gomez, number 41, was defending on that. Here's your touchdown again.
Oh, the Cardinals work. You have to give these kids a lot of credit. They're down by that score with 35 points, and they worked on this drive. They got it out into the side. A nice pass. He just gets it across into his tailback, John Wilhelm, and the senior comes up with it. This is the extra point, Mike.
All right, Mark Gomez, number 41 for Euclid, is the one defending on that. So there he is, and he hit Chad Green. He was the center of the misunderstanding concerning the young man and the ruling going to the state association. 5'6", 150-pound senior. Plays cornerback. So the clock showing 3:14. Mentor gets on the scoreboard. It's a 35-6 game. Kicking will be Bob Hallen, number 68 for Mentor. Unless Jason Beatty kicks. He's still in the lineup. We'll have to wait and see. Deep people are going to be Rashawn Jernigan and Pepe. No, it won't be Pepe. They didn't bring him in the lineup. I think he's got some subs in there.
You 2 guys back up. Get the out of the end zone there, son. Onside.
Going to be an onside kick.
Move up.
Goes out of bounds. Mario Hall is one of the deep people for Euclid if they have to kick again. Here's the scoring drive. Almost 4 minutes, with 50 yards and a great run back and 9 plays. And Beatty to Williams for the 8-yard TD. So Euclid will take over 1st down from their own 40 with the clock showing 3:14. Let's see who goes in the lineup. Now for Euclid, let's see if Mike Yursich is the quarterback. Jernigan is still in the lineup, I think. Yeah, 33. He gets the call, and that is Mike Yursich, the sophomore, wearing number 11 in his quarterback for Euclid with 3:05 to go in the game. And a nice 4-yard pickup by Jernigan. Jernigan leaves the lineup. In comes, there he is.
Yursich in at quarterback. Now they had Jernigan in at fullback, Mike. Before this game, he had 928 yards. I don't know what we have officially for him, but I imagine they try to get him up to 1,000 yards on that carry if they could. We'll have to see if he's got that many or not.
Yep, he's got the 1,000 yards. He's got 70-some yards. He only needed 72 yards.
That was Jernigan again.
Yep, and he's got now his 1,000 yards. Yep.
He has his 1,000 yards. Pearson has well over 1,000. And you have to look on the other side for Menor. John Wilhelm is only 16 yards to go to have a 1,000-yard season. How many times you get a football field? 3 ball players that have gone to the 1,000 yards in their high school 10th game of the high school career. That's something.
Carrying that ball was Vince Zuliff. He gets to the 47-yard line.
You can see the fist.
Oh,
look out.
Look out, coach.
Must be a backfield coach. He was quick. They're having the celebration over at the Euclid High School, the Panthers, right now.
They're going to get Tom Bank. Clock is at a 1:35 to go.
Illegal procedure, delay of game on the Panthers.
Euclid's going to get a delay of game call.
1:35 to go in tonight's game.
They either delay a game or a wet field. I want to thank an awful lot of people. But before we do that, gentlemen, let's pick up the defensive and offensive player of the game. I've got Wilhelm now unofficially at 980 yards. Looks like he will not get his 1,000-yard game. Boy, pushing that pile, trying to get some yardage. Clock just continues to run. Awesome display of running game. 143 yards for Pearson. Orlisic has got 33. Jernigan's got 76. All of them scored. Hall has 7. Orlisic is 3 for 3 in the passing department. Or I'm sorry, 5 for 5 for 46 yards. That's some kind of quarterback. 5 for 5.
That whole backfield did a fine job. They're all good runners, good ball handlers. But that line, that first quarter, that line just for Euclid beat out on Menor. Very strong, very big, excellent blockers. It was just a pleasure to watch them play. I just want to thank Coach Tom Bank and also Coach Dick Kirschbaum for all their help. A couple of good teams coming in this, a tough one for Menor. Euclid, difficult week, but Tom Bank 9-0, and now they're going to be 10-0 out at the Panther Euclid High School.
And more water is being dropped. There's Tom Bank. They were in the playoffs before this game even, almost a guarantee. So I think they're going to go very far. If you're the coach scouting them, you got to wonder, what are you going to do? And Yursich just kneels down, and the clock will continue to run, and the game ends with Euclid coming out on top, 35-6. That's great sportsmanship. Look at the players. The defensive player of the game is from Mentor. It's going to be number 25, Chris Wilson, a junior at 6'1", 170 pounds. Number 25 you're looking at. He's had himself one win of a game. He had 14 solo tackles and 6 assists. Assists, that is, total of 20 tackles. So our defensive player of the game, Chris Wilson, who will receive a plaque. And the offensive player, who else but the sophomore, Pepe Pearson, 5'10", 160, who had 16 carries, 143 yards, and 3 touchdowns. What an outstanding performance by this sophomore. He started playing on the varsity, and he's one of 3 players in the history of the school to play as a freshman on the varsity. Jernigan was one, Pearson was the other, and Brandon Bigham was the third. This is going to be quite a team for a long time to come. I'd like to thank DC Awards, who makes the plaques for these young people, and want to thank him in particular Walt Hubish for his help in getting these plaques to us and the great job he does. DC Awards. So it's all over. The season ends for Mentor, but they've had a great one. Again, they're 8-2.
A good year. It just had to end on here against a great football team like Euclid. It's a tough way to end, but they had a good season, a good coaching staff, some nice ball players. Mike, I just want to thank you, Ronnie Carino, everybody in the truck, everybody outside, our spotter, Bob Popovic. Another season, 10 games, a lot of fun. We've seen some great high school football teams. What a way it end here. The Euclid High Ball Club is going to go into a state playoffs.
Well, they've got a lot to look forward to. Perfect season. Your impressions so far, Brian?
Well, right now, the Mentor Ball Club just couldn't get it done early in the game. A couple breaks. They had the interception. They couldn't stop the good running game. Euclid could block. They're so strong in the interior side blocking. The runners are there, and the passing game is excellent. Okay, we have one more tape insert, Mike, to show here at this time.
Welcome to Television City in Mentor. My name's Tom Farmer. I'm the producer-director on high school football. And in a couple of minutes, as he has for the last 25 years, Mike Massa will thank all of the crew and the engineers and the people around here for bringing you the 25th season of high school football. Well, this being the 25th season of high school football, we, the crew, the directors, and the engineers, thought we would take a moment of your time to tell you about a certain individual who came to WVIZ about 25 years ago with this idea that he could carry out a broadcast of high school sports, wrestling, basketball, and even football, and he could get an audience with it. He was a very young high school history teacher. His name was Mike Massa. So tonight, Mike Massa, from all of the crew and all of the engineers, and maybe even a few people out there watching, we thank you for bringing 25 years of high school football to Northeast Ohio. And now I think this is where they say, Mike, and you'll have to help me out on this, I'm always behind the camera, I think they say now, back to you, Mike and Brian.
And you did that real good, Tom. Thank you very much. You know, throughout the 1991 season, we've had the opportunity to visit some of the nicest facilities in northeastern Ohio. The stadiums range from dark to bright, from easy to hard, from close to far. Some were wet and some were dry, some were warm and some were cold. In all, we tried to bring you the best in high school football coverage through the hard work of some very talented individuals. The incredible shots recorded by the incredible replay, which set up the incredible stats from engineers who could turn dark stadiums into light and capture the halftime tones of the high school marching bands. It's quite safe to say that our traveling band of crew and engineers make our Friday nights on WVIZ some of the best coverage you'll ever see in high school television. And allow us one more moment to thank you faithful bands of volunteers who tug on some cables and who made sure that you could hear that hit all the way up here, as I always say. We'd like to thank Michelle Myers and Tom Anderson and Jason Skufka and Jeannie Monreal. So stay with us for one more moment and check out some of the names of our crew and engineers. And so for Brian Powers, our commentator, Ron Carino, our statistician, and Bob Popovic, who's developed into one of the best defensive spotters in town, this is Mike Massa saying good night from all of us at WVIZ Sports.
A cloud of controversy seems to follow boxing promoter Don King wherever he goes. Tuesday night, Frontline investigates. Don't miss Don King, Unauthorized, Tuesday at 9 on WVIZ.
Telecast of tonight's high school football game was made possible by the Cleveland Browns, who are happy to support Channel 25's coverage of high school football right here in Northeast.